will find out this game. Kim-Berke to start the title match on lane 41.
And for her first 2 matches, the lanes seem to be pretty even, but lane 42 is definitely turning out to be the better lane for Kim. She will be finishing on lane 42, so this could be an advantage for her. Before we get started into this match, I did want to welcome Sean Perry from Buffalo, New York, aboard the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. He is our new lane man. This week, the lanes were oiled 24 feet, buffed down to 35. Definitely some out-of-bounds area on the right, forcing the players really to play inside the track area, which again, inside between the second, third, and between the second, fourth arrow.
First major split of the night for Kim-Berke, and it comes in the opening frame of the title match. The pressure is on. It changes the complexion.
It does, and it has to loosen up Leanne Barrette just a tad.
677 series for Kim-Berke. That's the first open I can remember in a long time from her. Let's see if Leanne Barrette will take advantage. The boomer from Yukon, Oklahoma.
Both players similar in the way they like to cross the boards. They're going to be sending it right, but boy, this lady can get the ball back. Leanne Barrette, again, not much of a push away. Pushes the ball very low. She's very slow in her approach. But boy, when she gets to the top of the backswing, you can see here she's in perfect position. Then she hesitates and she really brings the ball through.
For many years was a 5-step player. The opening step was just a bit of a shuffle. As you see, the ball reaction on lane 42 comes screaming back on lane 41. Didn't quite get there. 2-8-10. The equalizer for the power player.
Something we were talking about in the practice session. The designer split for the power player. The player that really does like to crank the ball or crosses a lot of boards. It can get you into trouble in some cases. And this is one of them right here.
8 out for Leanne Barrette. Both players with an open frame in the early stages of the title game. This could be the opportunity that Kim-Berke was looking for. Had Leanne come out and just smashed a double, this one might have been a whole different match.
Kim-Berke right now thinking maybe I am supposed to win this title. You can see high game this week 279, low game 157. That 279 coming in the position round last night.
Another errant shot. Bucket with the 7.
A little bit fast. Adrenaline going. Sent it right. Not enough hit on the ball. Did not bring it back.
You win in stages out here. Normally, you get to the finals, then you get to the championship round, then you win a game or 2 there, and then you end up in a title match. You don't always win the first time around. But it's definitely one level after another. Not a good shot, back-to-back opens. The good news, though, is the fact that Leanne did open in the second, so she's not really that far behind.
That's right. This is reflections of the first match between Kim-Berke and Kim Couture. A few more opens.
Leanne has to love it, though. She's sitting on the bench, and she gains an 8-pin lead.
Again, 41. Kim-Berke coming up high. See if she adjusts, and she does.
I think she moved a little with her feet on the approach. That ball set up very nicely.
Again, we saw the lanes really break down very quickly in the first couple matches. And I'm sure they haven't stopped now.
Leanne, always a deliberate player.
Made a lot of changes in her game over the few years that she has been on tour. And it always amazes me once you reach the top. I've seen so many of these players take and revamp their game. And it's like, why? You were on top. Why did you want to do it? And, you know, always striving to be that much better.
Constantly looking for that perfection. interesting that Leanne told me that she's trying to get the ball into her swing a little earlier like she used to a few years ago, and she said she's playing a little bit now with the starting position in terms of where she's placing the ball for a little more speed, a little less speed, a little more hook, a little less hook. And she's maturing as a player, and I think that's what happens out here as well. You see so many different types of conditions that one size does not fit all.
And again, we saw Kim-Berke make this earlier. Put it right between the 310. Leanne Barrette does the same thing. With an 8-pin lead, looking for her second strike of the match.
Well, let's see what happens. She left the 2-8-10 the last time. Was a touch wide on 41. She told me that she thought that lane hooked a little more, and it certainly did there as she crosses over. That had to be a shot that was reaction to the last trip.
Well, knowing she sent it too far wide in the second frame, hit that out of bounds, she tried to keep it tighter. But again, the track area, once it hits it, it's going to go left. It's just a matter of trying to find out your break point, trying to delay hitting the track. Could be a difficult spare.
Ball was moving left, but the 5 and the 8 are gone as Leanne kind of bites her lip. It'd be interesting to ask her if it's any easier to bowl in a title match now than it was 3 or 4 years ago. She's a player that's a nervous type of a person by nature.
I'd have to say last year it definitely was, because she had that slump there for a while when she was in the title match, or she couldn't seem to even win a match on the telecast. Beautiful shot there. I'd have to say she's feeling a little more pressure. People really expect Leanne Barrette to win every time she gets out there. And like you said, she is a nervous type of a player anyway.
A double and now a 4-pin lead for Kim-Berke, so the challenge has now been joined.
Leanne Barrette about to switch equipment. She's got to do it early.
Shot here.
Went much deeper there. She really made an adjustment. She's thinking. It's very, very impressive. She's taking time to think and say, hey, it's not necessarily me that threw that split, other than I threw it, but it wasn't an error on my.
Leanne Barrette down by 14 and at a critical juncture at this point in the match. Big move with another sphere, and oh my, that is exactly the opposite of what she was hoping for.
Well, it's difficult to know exactly what a ball is going to do when it hits the lane conditioner. Now in this case, this particular ball slid. And she made a very aggressive shot. Ball just hit the conditioner and kept going. She got it out of bounds.
Pulled out a new driver and hit it right over the top of everything. Another handful, trying to go a little straighter, crosses over, no spare, and Kim-Berke right now has to be feeling as if fate is on her side at this point in time. Leanne Barrette with a change and basically drove the new car right into the wall. Gutsy move to go to a new piece of equipment, but not the kind of reaction she was hoping for. 63 in the 5th for a player who led this tournament, and right now this is a nightmare.
I think she went to something where she could go straighter in the track area. That last shot just really got away from her. See how tight she kept that right between the second and third arrow, 12th board, and it's that pocket.
I think it's a good move.
It was a good move.
But she went a little wide with the first one.
That's right.
People have to know. I mean, you only get one chance to pull that ball out and make a new shot.
That was a timing error, basically. She got to the line too far ahead of the ball. Her timing was off. She sent it too far right. But you know what, Denny? She stayed with it. She didn't go right back to that blue ball. She said, you know, I realize I made the mistake.
She's moved deeper with the feet in the target, and she has found the oil line.
This is Kim's shot in the 3rd frame. We see how much deeper she has moved. She's not swinging the ball too far out, just going from about 21 to 20. Look here in the 5th frame on lane 42. Again, much deeper, much straighter line. As you mentioned, she found the oil. She's playing that little fade back shot with a little tweak at the end. Good carry. She's got it now.
Well, she knows the ball isn't going to go high.
Right.
She knows it's going to set up in the pocket, so she found the line, which is what you're supposed to do.
And she can go away with it just a little bit. It's going to come back. She can push it up a little bit, and it's going to set.
Trying to just settle down, focus in on that first title. Leanne Barrette down by 55 in a lopsided affair here in the title match. Turn the thumb down early. You can see the uncertainty on that right-hand lane. Tough enough to go up there after throwing a channel shot the last trip. Not all the way back. Even though she led this tournament, I don't think there's any question she is still searching for that little something extra.
I know she was working on her mental game very hard earlier this year, and something she needs to get back, I think.
It's been a disappointing house of sorts for her through the years. Remember back in 1991 when she had a match won over Carol Norman and fouled?
That's right.
Carol went on to lose to Donna Adamek in the title game.
And Leanne really appeared to be the one that had the best shot at that time. Also finishing 4th in this event in 1990. So over the years, she has bowled well here.
Beautiful strike there on the left-hand lane. And Bob Ryan, the proprietor here at Holiday Lanes, applauds the effort. And he'll be helping us crown a brand new Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour national champion here tonight in Kim-Berke. On a 5-bagger and rolling right along.
And it's not surprising.
In the pocket, solid 4-pin. Now, the work that's left, just stay clean, get the job done, and start thinking about the acceptance speech.
She probably was thinking about that all night last night. But she came a long way.
Oh.
First match all the way up.
Tough way to go. You and I talked about that. Of course, didn't you win your first title from the bottom of the stack? Or were you upstairs?
3rd.
3rd? But you still had to win, what, 3 games?
3 games.
That's not easy. She has bowled very solid here tonight, winning 202 to 188 in the opening match, 238, 177 in the second game, 237, 187 in game number 3. And with any luck at all here, she's 220 or better in this one.
I know Bill Straub will be delighted to hear about this.
Well,
if you're going to do it, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to open up in the 9th frame, you do it when you lead by 55. The Northeast Regional Sales Manager for Columbia 300, Dick Kelly on hand. Let's see, with a 9 out here, that's 183. Best possible score for Leanne is 193.
Well, she would force Kim to mark. We've given it to Kim, you know.
Kim gave it away a little bit early. Let's see if Leanne Barrette can summon that championship ability right here and change the scenario. Wouldn't that be a wild finish?
It sure would, because here we pretty much gave this championship right now to Kim-Berke, and it's not over.
It will be if she doesn't strike on this shot. Gave it room.
Looks pretty good. Whoa.
Never, ever, ever figured out the right-hand lane. Leanne Barrette will finish 2nd after leading this event. And there's nothing tougher on the national tour than leading after 42 games and getting beat in the title match.
Well, Leanne will go on next week to the 1993 Hammer Eastern Open, in which she is the defending champion. So she'll be going into that center and to Country Club Lanes with a lot of confidence.
She's had great success at that particular bowling center. Not tonight, however. Kim-Berke is going to have them jumping up and down in Beatrice, Nebraska.
Wonderful performance for her.
You're not kidding. Solid all the way.
3rd career television appearance.
She beat some quality people all the way up the ladder, wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
So one of the young and restless joins the ranks of the winner's circle out here on the national tour.
A new banner on the
There you
masking
go.
units.
Wonder what color those will be. Probably Nebraska colors, huh? Cornhusker colors.
Oh.
Okay, the week's work is done for Leanne Barrette. 1 game shy of where she hoped to be. Kim-Berke smiles all around here for this young 23-year-old professional, as she is the winner of the Columbia 300 Delaware Open, and she didn't even have to show for the 10th frame. That was the story of the night.
It was. In all of the 10th frames.
4-time collegiate All-American at the University of Nebraska. Now she joins a very select group of lady professionals with a win on the national tour. She's won, you mentioned, Leanne, 3 regional titles.
I love the fact that this lady started bowling at age 2.5.
2.5.
Most people start a little later.
Most people don't start walking until they're a year and a half. Yes, an early starter. There you see. Now it's all starting to set in. She'll be excited with this victory. Okay, Kim-Berke with title number 1 and a hug from a great champion in Leanne Barrette. 203 to 163.